Okay, so I thought I'll make a video about the sun because I think the sun is very important. So it's gonna be like a word video. Still struggling with my chores, but I prepared my veggies to wash my morning dishes. So every day is a struggle, but I am doing it. I am doing it. Okay, let me talk about the sun, our sun. And stars in general. You see, Elon Musk recently he made some tweets, and his tweets are kind of like, what would you call it? Revealing or this is his tweet. Time to make the mind of a sentient sun. Right, this is his tweet. I think he did the same tweet like time to make the mind of a sentient sun. You know, the sun, people have talked about the sun. Is the sun a portal? Is it a wormhole? Is it an opening to other worlds? Interdimensional portal? Fusion. The sun and stars warps space and time through fusion. UFOs are using a similar process. People describe UFOs as mini suns, like a fiery orb. So what's happening here? It is my contention, and it's not an original idea. Time, yeah, I guess this is, I don't know. Time is a byproduct or function of the warping of space. The sun and stars warp space, and in doing so create time. When people get close to UFOs, they describe this experience of everything going quiet. There is missing time. Like people who like are close to UFOs, they say like, "Oh, I was only there for a few minutes, but when the UFO left, it felt like hours have passed." So what's happening? This is like an evidence to me that the UFO using a fusion reaction process is warping space and time around it. And if you get close to the UFO, you're gonna like experience time in a way that's different from people who are away from the UFO. So what this means is like different stars create different time, because some stars are big, some stars are small, and they will warp space differently. So a human body, which is a byproduct of living in this solar system, if you take that body and you put it into another star system, let's say a much bigger star, I don't think the human body can function in that star system. Um, in order for us to travel the universe, we need a mini UFO, and the mini UFO will create time for us. And we will have to create a UFO that creates a time that's similar to the time our bodies are used to in this solar system. Or we have to modify our bodies. Now, there is another important observation to be made here, and it's about consciousness. How can a person be conscious, aware of their surroundings, when they are in different time systems? How does a person remain conscious when they get close to a UFO? Shouldn't the time mess with their, and I think it does mess with their perceptions a little bit, but how can someone feel like time has stopped and still be conscious? To me, this is evidence that consciousness exists outside of space and time. To me, this is kind of an evidence that if you can be aware and still be close to a UFO, which is warping space and time and probably messing with your body in a cellular level, to me, this is kind of an evidence that consciousness is not affected by space time. Like if you think of space time as the material world, consciousness, if you can be aware and still be close to a UFO, or have this missing time experience, to me that's kind of an evidence that consciousness is not really a part of space and time. Even though it might be sort of connected to it, it's not entirely like a it's like this sort of goes against the idea that the brain creates consciousness, because if you can be conscious and be close to something that warps space and time, you can have this feeling that time stands still. Well, where the hell is consciousness then? Again, I think there's only one consciousness, and that's the universe, and we're all just like little fractals of this one consciousness. And anyway, so why is Elon Musk calling this sentient sun and all of that? I think I think the sun can we can think of the sun as a mini UFO. Like, people have made the observation or comment, like people in know, that the UFOs are conscious and the pilots are drones or drone-like. Like if the pilots move away from the UFO, they die or they cease to function. I think this is maybe when Elon Musk saying sentient sun, if we look at the UFOs as this fusion reactor mini sun, and the pilots, if they move away from the UFO, they die. What if, what if our sun is a sentient, conscious being, and we humans and other DNA-based life forms are uh, like robots, biological robots controlled by this sentient sun? What if it's like that? What if the UFOs are if the UFOs are the actual conscious being, and it's like a mini sun, and the sun, then we can extrapolate from that and say, well, maybe the sun is the sentient thing. Why did the Egyptians worship the sun? Why did they call it the sun god? Why do there are so many cultures that worship the sun? They see it as a god. Maybe they had some contact with beings from who were sent by the sun. Maybe the sun is like a portal to another dimension, and the people who are actually the conscious, intelligent beings are like communicating to our material realm and controlling us through the sun. Maybe a sun is a portal to an interdimensional type of thing. I don't know. Anyway, so and there's this other comment which is made by this I don't know. It was like this guy Dan Burrish. He said that he was communicating with UFOs, and he was saying that he was communicating with these aliens telepathically, and he's saying the aliens told him that you know um, like we humans don't appreciate like how important the sun is. Like that's what the aliens told him. Like we humans really don't understand how important the sun is. Come on, man. Yeah, where is that? Oh, yeah, here you go. Here is the entity he spoke to said humanity didn't understand the significance of our sun. Here's a quote. Dan Bursch. Significance of sun. What an alien told him telepathically. Anyway, so I think our sun is very important. I think our sun could be seen as a mini UFO. And it might be that the sun is the one which is the intelligent being, and we are like these robots. Or maybe we're not, I don't know. But I think the sun it's not just a star. I think there's something more to the sun, and uh, there's a lot about the sun that I think we don't know. Anyway, I think I'll just leave it there.